News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 AM. Matt Martin, Dave King on your radio this morning. And this is Thursday, is it not,
It's
Matt?
Thursday.
By golly, this is Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look over here at the telephone and see. Yes, that would be Jerry Reynolds on the phone because it's Thursday here on KFYO. Good morning, Jerry.
Hey, guys. How are y'all?
Doing well. How about you?
Doing just fine. We had lots of rain in Dallas yesterday, but it's pretty this morning. So
You could send some over this way. We haven't had anything hardly.
Great. We have been just flooded all February. It's crazy. Wettest February in DFW history.
Oh.
So we'd certainly be happy to share with you guys for sure.
Yeah, I think almost anyone here would be willing to take it too. So how's it? What have you been driving?
Well, I had the big Cadillac Escalade extended length last week.
And I'm looking right now, and it is on CarProUSA.com.
It is, and there's a video that goes with it that I shot. Weird video a little bit because it was raining cats and dogs that day, and I'm not used to shooting driving video in the rain. I'm not used to you seeing the windshield wipers, So that was a little bit different. And then Terry Box, our other reviewer, he put up the 2018 XC60 from Volvo, which is a vehicle that's doing very well right now. This week, I've had an Infiniti, a sedan. It's called the Q50 Red Sport 400, and it's called that because it's red on the outside. They all are, and it's got 400 horses under the hood. Performs really well. I mean, it's one of those sports sedans that kind of competes with the Mercedes AMGs and some of the BMW vehicles, but yet at the same time, it's very luxurious inside, like you would expect from an Infiniti. Good-looking car, gray 20-inch wheels, really nice interior, a lot of amenities. Tips the MSRP at just over $60,000, which puts it in line with the other cars that we talked about, especially the AMG Mercedes in the C-Class. So it's been an enjoyable week. It's really different going from that big Escalade to a mid-sized sedan, but still very good.
Yeah, was it fun to drive?
Yeah, I would call it fun to drive for sure. When you really get down on this thing, it'll just get up and go. And Nissan's powertrains are very smooth. It's not traditional what you would expect with 400 horsepower. You don't get any real exhaust sound. In fact, I noted that in my notes when I was driving it. I would like to have some exhaust sound.
You want to feel like you got 400 horsepower.
Yeah. You feel like you've got more acceleration when you can hear it. And this car is just whisper quiet inside. But a really pretty car. And it's the Q50, if you go back, this is a derivative of the old G35 from Infiniti from years ago that was so successful for so long. And then it got kind of stale, and they haven't changed it a whole lot. So hopefully this Red Sport 400 will give this car line a boost, which is much needed. They also make this exact same car in a coupe, if anyone's interested in that.
So I'm looking on CarPro USA. You did have an article that caught my attention. It's rising car costs attracting car thieves. So, or rising parts costs. I'm sorry, attracting car thieves. Are car thieves actually breaking in and like taking parts?
They're stealing whole cars.
Oh, okay.
And taking parts.
Okay, just stripping it down.
Yeah, and it's almost like they're filling orders, but the thing I think people need to understand is they think, okay, my car 8 to 10 years old, that's not going to happen to me. So who cares if I lock it? But that's the wrong way to think, because if these shops are filling orders, especially on older cars where those parts aren't made anymore, then that puts their car at a bigger risk than, say, a new car that's going to be harder to break into and harder to steal. So I think that's a misconception that a lot of people have, and that's why I wrote this article, so people would understand nobody's exempt from this. If a thief has got somebody that's offering up a lot of money for the whole front end, for instance, off of a 99 Honda Civic, they're going to find somebody's 99 Honda Civic and take the fenders and the hood off and sell it because it's going to bring a lot of money. And then the rest of the car will be eventually found and stripped, and then eventually it'll be totaled out.
Mm-hmm. Well,
scary.
What else do you have going on CarPro USA?
Well, I'm looking. We'll be watching all day auto sales numbers from February. We'll start rolling in this morning, and I'll be tracking those all day long. We've got all our reviews at my FAQ page. I put up another story, which I called True Stories from a Former Car Dealer. And this is number 6 in the series is up at our FAQ page or at the very bottom. And this was a story about a guy that left something in his car and wanted to complain about it. And it was interesting because he stormed into my office and was telling me somebody took something valuable out of his car. And I said, well, what is it? And he said, I'd rather not say. Well, you're going to have to tell me if you want me to help you. I don't know what I'm looking for. And I finally got it out of him. It was a pound of marijuana. And I said, well, I can file on my insurance, but I'm going to have to make a police report.
Yeah.
The guy just goes, forget it.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah, he needs to get his car serviced in Colorado.
Yeah. Hey, well, now he does. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But other than watching sales and March kicked off, it's truck month for just about all the manufacturers. Some of them started in February. The remainders of those will start today. And then we'll have an incentive war where maybe Chevy raises their incentives up higher than Ford's, and then Ford will jump up and match theirs or exceed those, and this is on all month long.
So the best time to buy a truck would be at the end of March.
Exactly. And there's 2 good times for trucks in Texas. It's the end of March, it's the end of December. And those 2 are big. But for just trucks, I think March is even bigger than December is.
All right. Well, Jerry,
Okay.
we're running out of time, but I want to remind everyone that they can listen to you Saturdays 11 to 1, and also you can get to your website at carprousa.com.
There you go, guys. Have a good weekend.
All right. Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.